Hello, and welcome to Homer for January 30th, 2025. Today, we will be listening to a great speech by Nestor. Atreides de gerontas, aioleas egen akaion, esclisien paredes vitithe menowe adaita, hoi deponei athetoim proke menaceres ialon, autare pe posios caede tuos ex eron hento, toi sogeron pamproto si faineto ergeto metin, fainen ergeto metin, Nestor hu kai prosten ariste faineto bule, hos fineu proneion agoresato kai metepen, Atreide kudiste vonax andron agamemnon, ensoi men lexo seo darksomai hunekapolon, lauon esi vonax kaitois deus engu alixe, skeptron te detemistas, hinas visibule oesta, tose cre peri vastai, weposed tose cre peri men vastai, weposed apacusai, cre enai decai aloi, hotantine tumos enoge, wepen esagaton, seo dexetai, Seo dex etai hoti ken arche, autare gonnereo hosmoint oke eina arista, urgartis non allos, amenona tude noese, hoion agonoeo emen pala edeticainiun, exeti tuo hote dio genespri se ida curein, co menu acileios ebes clisiethen apuras, uticathe meteron genon, malagar toegoge, polapa muteo men sudesoi megaletori tu moi, exas andre periston, honatana toi peretisen, eti messa selon gareces gerasaleti cainun, fras domestos ken minares amenoi pepitomen, doroi sintaga noisine pesiti melikioisi. Right, great. So, son of Atreus. That's where we begin here. The son of Atreus led the counselors, all these old people, of the Achaeans to his hut, and he put by them a satisfying for them, a proper for them meal. And then they sent their hands forward to the prepared, the good things that were ready lying there. And then once their thirst and their hunger was sent from them, their thirst and hunger, once they sent their, love of these things, their sort of passions for these things away, among them, the first and most elderly began Nestor to speak, to weave Huphainen. So he began first, and this is the man who before seemed to be best in counsel, Ariste Buele. And anyway, so he led them with a auspicious mind, and he said, "O son of Atreus, you most strong of king of kings, Agamemnon, to you I now address these things. I will address these things, and I start on account of you, because you are the you're in charge. You're the king of many people, and Zeus has put into your hand the scepter." And it's the scepter of laws. I believe this is a genitive. Oh shoot. Anyway, whatever. It's the okay. Let's call it genitive. So it's a law scepter, such that you may counsel with us. You know what I mean. Anyway, so about this thing, indeed, this is an indeed, not a duel. It is imperative that you listen to what's said of word, right? And that others also enact it, right? What is this? Accomplish these things for another. Whenever somebody has in their spirit something that impels them to say something, it commands them to say something good. and it is on account of you. You will have this whenever they start. So like it's on you whenever they start, right? And so thus I myself speak now as what appears to me to be the best. Hosmoi doke e nai arista. There will not be a better noon, ame non anon, another person than what shall be said here. Hoyonago, hoyonago noao. And this is about the thing which I said a while ago, and I now say, which is all about this little bit, right? This tu hote, the godlike, of godlike genes, right? Genes, brises, this kurein, this girl brises, this sort of like the angering, this angering, when you took away, you walked out her from the hut of Achilles, and you did this not at all, utikath, not much at all according to our minds. So not at all, at least according to Hametaron Noon. And Malagatoi, at that time, right, to you, I indeed, I was trying to dissuade you from this. But you, with your great heart, you slighted this, bearing man, this very weighty, important man, this man whom the immortals honor, and you slighted him, mesas, right? Taking his girl, and you still have this prize, for you took it, and you still have it at this very moment present. But yet still, I say, let us say, I froze though, right? I have it in my mind that we should be, that it would be great, Hosken, if we may, try to appease him and convince him with gifts that are good and words that are sweet. All right, so first of all, good job, Nestor. You're still right after all this time. You convinced people of this. I don't really have much to say about this passage. It's just a really nice, clean speech, and you see the dynamic. Everybody, it's interesting. I wonder, what does this mean? We have a lot to talk about the senses, right? The passions, right? And this desire for food and drink, right? But it's like eros, right? It's an eros of it, right? That's very interesting in the Iliad, but there's probably a great study out there, but worth noting that they use the word eros for food and drink. And then here there's basically this is a really, really wonderfully put together passage that's describing like how he used his force, his power to take away the hot girl from Achilles, and obviously they have been having problems with this ever since, right? But it's really, really important that we remember like how important Briseis is as a character, right? Because of the fact that she is just she is godlike, just like a godlike soldier or a godlike king, right? Like she's still very, very valuable, and the dignity and the honor that the Iliad turns on necessitates that she be given that respect, even though she's just sort of being like she's being led out from the hut of Achilles into another hut, you know what I mean? But like they care a lot because in the cosmos of the Iliad, the beautiful woman is still quite important, obviously. Anyway, I guess this is, yeah. Anyway, never mind. This is just, Hote Diogenes, right? But, it's important, like, it's important that, like, I guess you could still say that like the Diogenes-ness, applies to Agamemnon while he's like taking a girl, right? It's a God-born thing to like want to like take this girl, right? Anyway, just like some stuff to like, there's in the pathos that Nestor is using sort of like is couched within like this sort of like dialogue of like, let's be very humble. Let's establish the cosmology here, right? With Zeus and you, right? Zeus put into your hands, right? This like speaking scepter, right? Anyway, it's a great speech by Nestor, and hopefully you can tell why he has so foremost in council. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.